that history's ever created. I'm not committed to nonviolence in any way.
Man or woman who hates communism the most, that is to say, the man or woman who knows the least about communism, is the man or woman who wants to know the least about communism. That is to say, snakes are my enemies. They come to bite me, and I don't even want to know what they look like.
So we're going to see about stopping, regardless of what these people think we should do. Because school is not important, and work is not important. Nothing's more important than stopping fascism, because fascism will stop us all.
Yo, welcome to the Forest Podcast, your place for geopolitics. I'm not even going to get into the tagline that I've completely forgotten. Do you remember what it was?
The one I had?
Yeah, yours was fucking on point. You should probably be the one that does this from now on.
Dang, I was not prepared.
It's all right. So, welcome to the Forest Podcast, where we don't prepare all the time.
I got it right here. Welcome to the Forest Pod, where we talk about a lot of different things: geopolitics, culture, technology, identity, and everything in between. We dig into history that's been forgotten or misused to get to the root of these issues. In a world where we're increasingly distracted, we pump the brakes, offer some thoughtful takes, and not just reactions. We read the tea leaves while keeping a broad perspective, so not to get lost in the weeds. We certainly don't know it all. We're here to learn as we grow. So sit back, be patient with us, and enjoy the show. This is the Forest Pod.
Yeah, that was dope. So it's been a minute since we have dropped an episode. I think it was last year. It's been a year. It hasn't been a year, but do you remember? I think the last thing we did was the second part of Venezuela, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And since then, President of Venezuela has been kidnapped.
Yeah, man. That shit's wild.
Thoughts?
Yes. Actually, I want to offer a correction here because last time, I don't know if it was episode 1 or 2, where I was talking about my partner and her dad being involved during the oil lockout. PDVSA. Yeah, I think because he listened to it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, but I got some details wrong because I think I said he didn't work directly for PDVSA.
You said he worked for like a tech company.
Yeah. No, it was for PDVSA.
Okay.
So just to be clear.
See, I feel like the first time you told me the story, that's what you said. But my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I may have. Right. But yeah, he worked for PDVSA. And I guess the department he worked with was called AIT, which was like the part of it that handled the digital.
But it was still under PDVSA.
But yeah, it was still part of it as PDVSA. So just wanted to make that correction.
All right, that's our new segment, corrections and stats.
Oh yeah, and here it is: automation, informatics, and telecommunications.
In case you wanted to know, AIT stood for.
Yeah, so that's what his role was.
Look, this is real facts, people.
Yeah. So he was there.
So, anyways, since you've talked to him, has he given? When did you talk to him?
I've talked to him a few times.
Post Maduro kidnapping.
Yeah, I've talked to him. It was a few days ago, about a week ago.
Have you talked to him? Like, what's the vibe?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty dejected about it. He was.
What do you mean dejected? That's interesting. I don't know what that means.
Just like morale's a little low. He's upset about what happened, but like
the Chavistas are, like they took a loss, probably.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, he is a supporter of the Chavista government and Maduro, but I don't know. He said he doesn't really know how he feels about it, as far as he doesn't know who. He thinks that somebody was involved on the inside. But
so that's what I thought at first, because I was like, how did this operation go so smoothly? But I don't know. Again, this is all speculation. I haven't looked too much into this, but I've seen some things that said that we had some weird sonic weapons and like some weird, not weird, like I guess top secret fucking like radar blocking shit. I saw like a TikTok video, take it for what it's worth. Who knows who the fucking guy is.
Right.
But he was saying like one of the people that were there for protection that weren't part of the Cuban guard that protecting Maduro, they got murdered. He was part of the Venezuelan guard. He was like, yo, like we was not prepared for this. Like these motherfuckers, like we had no idea they was there. And then they were there.
Right.
Yeah. So
I've heard that too. That I mean, they had like 150 planes or something like that.
But they only sent in like 12 helicopters.
Right. But my understanding is like a lot of these, I guess these planes were like doing like this electronic warfare. Well,
yeah. And this dude mentioned drones. He was like, yo, like we were not prepared for these fucking drones.
Right.
Yeah. Mm. So it's quite possible the country that spends at least like 10 times more than every other country on its military has a really good fucking military and rolled in there. And because Trump said, I sent the CIA in. So they probably were like, yo, we know where this guy's at. And they just exfiltrated him. I mean, he had like Cubans because he didn't trust the Venezuelans from being.
Well, I don't know if that's exactly why.
What do you think is why?
I mean, I'm not sure why it is. I mean, I haven't heard that it was because he didn't trust his own security.
Oh, that's how the Western propaganda is making it.
Yeah, see, we got to be careful. I just don't want to state anything that I don't know for sure.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
It makes sense, but doesn't
because
mean it's
people
true.
in Cuba are really worried right now. They think, oh, fuck, this is really about us and we're next. Because Marco Rubio has a hard on.
Of course. Yeah, I just want to be careful because there's a lot of speculation. There's definitely some information warfare going on here.
I think I started this with this is speculation.
Oh, well, yeah.
But no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it was like 32 of the people who died.
Yeah, it was 30-something.
Yeah, were Cuban. But also, like, Cuba is known. I mean, I think part of the reason that they had Cubans as security is because they've been fighting the empire for like 60 years. You know, like,
yeah, like they're committed.
Yeah, well, not only they're committed, but they're experienced, and they, you know.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So I think that was part of it as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I mean, look, do you remember what the bounty was on Maduro? I can't remember what it was.
It was like 50 million, I think.
Yeah. So we have the CIA on the ground with that kind of bounty. It makes sense to me that he'd be like, yo, fuck this.
Right.
Cubans, I trust y'all. But it's also like he wasn't hiding either because I got him at like
he was
the presidential palace.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the funny thing is, I don't know if this is true. There was some reporting in like some of the mainstream media that like Trump's decision to finally like just go ahead and go and get Maduro was like the fact that he was doing these rallies and dancing, and Trump was like saying like he was stealing my dance moves.
Okay, I didn't see that. He said that.
Yeah. He's basically like he's trying to do my dance,
up,
bro. He's not doing a good job at it. And,
are you fucking?
No. He literally said that. Like,
that's wild.
It looked like he was. So I think Trump thought
because,
like he was mocking him.
I picture because I saw the video of my dad dancing, and it was like almost like a fuck you, like we're not scared,
right?
We'll dance in the streets, like everything's okay,
right?
I'll tell you what it didn't look like. It didn't look like Trump when he tries to do his little fucking
whatever that
wiggle
thing is,
or whatever that is.
Hands. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I don't know if that's actually true, but he did say.
Well, no, he said. I definitely saw that. He said that I saw him dancing.
Yeah,
and didn't
he
like
definitely said that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was like that's like all right, that's it. We're going after this guy, but he wasn't hiding. He was at home. But they made it sound like there was like some big intelligence win for them. Like we've been following him everywhere. Okay, well he's on live TV.
Yeah,
like he's at his house.
Yeah, bro. Like, what do you mean?
We've been watching him eat. We know.
The only thing that like is I don't know. I guess if you want to like Taylor Sheridan, military propaganda. So I know propaganda is a thing. What's it called when the military Do we think of a name for that? When there's military propaganda. Anyway, if you want to just be like, oh, the military is so badass.
Right.
Like, yeah, it kind of is. We did just pull a crazy fucking mission. We killed like 100 people. It wasn't just the Cubans.
Right.
We fucking I saw one thing.
Some civilians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bombed a mausoleum.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was Chavez's mausoleum. I don't know if that was confirmed.
Yeah, I did see that too. And then we also bombed like some,
Which would be a war crime. You're not supposed to do shit like that. But go ahead.
of course, not that we care. Some biotech, I think. I forgot. I'll have to look it up. But it was
Like biowarfare?
No, it was like a plant that was
That
like,
we bombed?
Yeah, that made like, I want to say medicine or something. I'll have to fact check that. But like
No,
we were
I
just
did
bombing.
see something like that there was some kind of medicine shortage because of
Yeah.
some
So
shit that we hit.
here we go. Good old American Empire.
So
It's like we bombed Sudan's pharmaceutical plant. Like, you know.
also, I guess
Just
we should talk
because.
about what we charged him with. We charged him with narco terrorism,
Having a machine gun. Which is
possession of machine guns,
so random.
which is a wild thing.
Yeah.
Which I even saw. Fucking Shlomo Rogan. It brought up to him like we charged this guy with possession of machine guns. Like every military or every president of every country is gonna have machine guns around.
Right.
So that one makes no sense. The only thing that kind of makes sense is the narco terrorism charge, which isn't really like that in and of itself, from what I understand, isn't a charge. But the Cartel del Soles, they've already said that, all right, we're taking that part out of it because there's no fucking evidence that that's a thing. Like the Cartel del Soles was like a nickname by Venezuelan newspapers they gave to corrupt Venezuelan officials. It's not a real fucking thing. So anyways, they took that out of the charges. So it's just interesting. Like, I don't even know how these charges are going to play out. I mean, I guess I do. They just going to get the right federal judge. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean,
He got his wife too.
They may not. I mean, he may get out of this. I mean,
No, he's not getting out of this.
I don't know.
Absolutely not.
I'm not sure.
He's got less of a chance than Luigi Mangione. Free Luigi.
I think. Look, it's gonna be. They have to construct the argument. I'm interested to see how they do it. What they do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not very hopeful about it, but like this is completely manufactured. They don't have any evidence
but you're
for any
still
of this.
thinking about this as like law matters. You got to think about this as like a optics game, and like this is a
But he's being
newspaper
tried
war.
in a real court.
Yeah, but it goes up to the Supreme Court at the end of the day, and the federal court, which is filled with federal judges that this motherfucker appointed a lot of.
True, but what happens if, let's say, this judge says he's innocent or whatever the verdict ends up being? What happens then?
What happened to that guy that the court said that you shouldn't extradite him to El Salvador? You remember that guy?
Oh wait, the guy who got picked up by ICE.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the court said you can't do this, and then they said we're just gonna do it anyway. This is what I feel like. Look, man, you saw what we just did with Maduro. You see what we're about to do with Greenland. I don't think these laws matter anymore. I think, look, January 6th kind of proved that. Like, all these motherfuckers committed treason, and he just like, nah, you're good.
Right.
You're free now. I don't think law matters anymore. I think it's an optics game. And you got to think of it like a fucking
It
New
does
York
and it doesn't.
Post editor.
I mean, we've seen some of the courts getting in the way of some of the stuff that Trump wants
They slow
to
it down a little bit, but
Right.
I haven't seen any victories. The only thing you could point to is what, the Epstein files that they redact. There's a great example. The court said you have to release them. They're just like, nah.
Yeah, but I
That's
guess
what I mean. I don't
difference is,
think the laws matter.
like in those examples, and like with the gentleman who got sent to El Salvador, like the Trump admin had these guys directly. they had the power. They had this information. They had this dude in custody. It was his DOJ and everything. So Maduro's actually being tried in the regular judicial system. So
what do you mean by that? Is it not like the federal courts though?
Like, yes, but so for example, with the Epstein stuff, courts can say like you got to release it, but Trump's DOJ has the information, so he can just say we're not going to release it. Like Pam Bondi, don't release it.
Okay, well, Trump's DOJ has Maduro. He'd be like, no, we disagree with this judge. It's not beyond. This motherfucker's talking about canceling the elections. Did you see this?
The midterms?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
He's so worried about that. I thought he would cancel the next presidential elections. I didn't think he would try to cancel these ones. But he's probably dying. Feels like everything's getting rushed.
Yeah, I haven't looked into that enough to know about it. I don't even know what he said exactly. Yeah,
but he's floated it a few times,
right? And
I remember when he first, I think we talked about it on this show. Whenever he floated it with Zelensky, right. He's like, "Oh, you don't have elections anymore, huh? We're at war. Maybe you don't have elections." So also, all right, we're about to take Greenland. I saw today that we're gonna put like a extra 10% tax on all these NATO countries until we get some kind of deal to where we own Greenland, and that's only until like June, and then it goes up to like 25%. And then I also saw, you know what? We have a couple clips, and I've ignored all of yours, but I got a clip for this right now. This is the Prime Minister of Canada, and this is what he's got to say about this whole Greenland debacle.
I'd like to know what Canada is doing to protect the integrity of Greenland, and related, China fashions itself a near Arctic power, and with some claims to Arctic resources. So I wonder if you could answer that question, what we're doing to help protect Greenland's integrity, and how do you feel about China's claims, such as they are, to Arctic resources?
Well, to several aspects of that. The first, with respect to Greenland, the future of Greenland is a decision for Greenland and for the Kingdom of Denmark. We are NATO partners with Denmark, and so our full partnership stands. Our obligations on Article 5, Article 2 of NATO stand, and we stand full square behind those.
So Article 5 is if any country within NATO is attacked, all of NATO has to respond. So he's essentially saying, hey, if y'all try to fucking roll up in there and do something, we'll have to do something.
Yeah, right.
I know, right?
It's not happening.
So this is where it seems. It seems like we're going to put tariffs on these NATO countries. We're going to, I guess, leave NATO. Take Greenland.
No, we're not going to leave NATO.
What are you talking about?
I mean, we could.
No, we're definitely, NATO's going to kick us out. What do you mean?
We are NATO.
No.
We run that shit. NATO is us.
Right now.
Not we, by the way. I don't know why
I know you mean. The United States of...
Yeah.
The U.S. KKK.
The U.S. runs NATO.
Look, Europe is trying right now to, like, all right, the Canada shit with China and EVs. Europe is doing the same type. Everybody is like, oh, fuck. We can't have this reliance on America anymore. I think they're going to pick up the pieces when there's some, like, look, America's out. But like our militaries make up the rest of. They're not going to just disband NATO.
I mean, what is NATO without the U.S. really? Is it NATO still?
They're just going to take an L. Like we're going to take Greenland. They're going to be like, "Fuck, that sucks."
Yeah, I mean that's what I think would happen is we would take.
But they'll still exist,
and we would stay in NATO, and NATO wouldn't do anything.
No, they'll kick us out. They're definitely going to kick us out.
I don't know.
That would be wild.
I mean, again, we created NATO. We made it in our image. We armed NATO. They get our weapons from us. we
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Okay, maybe if NATO disappears, there'll be something else that they create. They're gonna have some kind of European
I
alliance.
mean, we might leave. Trump might leave NATO and say like, I don't want to be part of it anymore. But I'm not even sure he'll do that. I think, honestly, I don't know what I think. What might end up happening is he doesn't take Greenland. That NATO or Denmark ends up saying like, look, we'll let you do whatever you want, basically. Like you can have it basically all but
this is the thing that's so crazy about it. We already can. We can have bases anywhere we want. It's literally like, it's got to be the resources. It's like that we want to just go in there and mine and shit. And
right.
like they're like, no, you can't do all that.
Right.
We put some bases here. It's not about defense. Which again, it's just like the fucking drugs as the excuse for Venezuela. The defense against China and Russia as the excuse for this. No. We're just gonna go in there and start mining all the resources, and they're like, no, you can't do that. I'm pretty sure that's where the rub is.
Yeah, I could see that. And we used to have more bases there. I mean, we have one base there now. I think it's just an Air Force base or something like that. But we used to have more bases, and we closed some of them down after like the Soviet Union collapsed and all that. But yeah, I mean, I think
saw China and Russia both said, "Hey, don't use us as an excuse. We don't fucking want Greenland."
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, Europe, unfortunately, they're vassal states, man. They basically allowed the U.S. to run its security since World War II.
But you don't think Trump is like waking them up to where like, oh fuck.
Yeah, but
we have to figure out some kind of united bloc that's less dependent.
They should be.
I feel like they are. They got to be making deals with other countries.
I just don't know what are they gonna do.
Well, I saw something in Wall Street Bets on Reddit said something about European markets not doing some kind of trade deal with the U.S. People are like worried about it. I don't know. I think there's going to be tariff reactions.
I wish they would.
I think there's going to be something like that.
But I don't know. I don't know what to think about Europe, man. They're schizophrenic. You know, it's 27 states.
I feel you. They're soft and they're kind of like on our dick, whatever we ride with. But I think they're starting to see the right on, just like Canada is.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah. All right, so hold on. I want to throw in some of the clips that you put in here just randomly. This is Joe and Mika.
Oh. I'll guarantee you this. If there was a 27-year-old Iranian mother that was trying to drive out of an area of protest, and a member of Iran's security forces stuck a gun to the side of her car and shot at her head in point-blank range, oh my God. The world would be up in arms. And Donald Trump, as you will see when we play the clip, would use that as justification for invading Iran.
Huh. So I didn't hear that clip before.
You hadn't heard it?
No.
Oh.
I didn't listen to any of the clips you sent.
Oh, okay.
So,
No, I just thought it was interesting that Joe Scarborough, of all people, was making that argument.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess fuck Joe. So I guess we should talk about this. The ICE murder of Renee Good.
Yeah, rest in power to Miss Good.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've already had in my regular everyday life conversation, mostly people at work, be like, she was trying to hit him with the car. You didn't see the video where she hit him with the car? And I had to send them the New York Times video breakdown that I posted in the... Yeah. Because if you look at that one, you put the two videos like stacked on top of each other, you can see the dude's fucking leaning on the car. And also, the wheel's not turned towards him.
Right.
Like, she's fucking trying to get out of there. And then the body cam footage that they released that people were trying to say, like, that shows that she hit him with the car. It doesn't. It also shows that she was, what'd she say? Hey, I'm not mad at you, dude.
Yeah,
like, the last thing she said was, like, so nice.
Yeah.
And I know, but this is why it's such a flashpoint. Because, look, they're going to be like, look, this bitch was an agitator. she was out there following us. We're just out here trying to do our jobs, meet our quotas. And if someone tries to hit you with a car, you should be able to shoot them. And there's a lot of people that believe that.
Yeah, that guy's gotten like $750,000.
Bro, yeah,
in his
almost like
GoFundMe.
800 fucking.
That's crazy.
I fucking hate this country.
Yeah, man, that's just crazy, man. I mean, I don't know why you needed a breakdown. It was obvious to me in the first clip that she was clearly just trying to get out of the way. The dude
You
was
were trying to
open.
box her in.
Yeah, and like she was trying to let she let one car go by
I did see
her.
she tried to wave fucking.
Yeah. So it's
and
like
they stopped and got out.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, fuck this. I'm getting out of here.
yeah. So it's not like she was.
And it's also not crazy of a reaction. Because,
Right.
like, all I see is videos of y'all fucking wilding out.
Right.
Slamming people on the ground. Like,
And like you're clearly you they weren't there for her.
also,
You know what I mean? Like
they don't have any authority in this situation.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah. They can't just, like, it's crazy that their authority is like they're allowed to make what's called Kavanaugh stops to just ask people for the papers. You know about
Kavanaugh
this?
stops?
All right. So, Supreme Court Justice.
is it after the Kavanaugh guy?
Yeah. The beer guy. The
beer guy.
The one that met.
Just love beer.
Yeah.
Didn't he start crying?
He did. Just like fucking Kyle Rittenhouse. Fucking crocodile tears. But anyways, he made some kind of ruling that was like, hey, you can racially profile people, essentially to ask them for the papers. And this is the thing about her. This is a white bitch.
Yeah.
They had no authority.
Yeah. Which is why she was trying to pull off. You're like,
Yeah.
what you doing?
Yeah. Or like, yo, at the end of the day, if she's annoying you, so fucking what, dog?
Right.
I don't care. You still don't have the authority to pull that bitch out of her car, to stop her, to shoot her in the fucking face. Nah. They're murderers. What was that dude's name? Jonathan Ross?
Oh yeah, I don't even know his name.
Fuck that piece of shit. We should blast his name. He's probably gonna go into witness protection.
Yeah, I saw they were doxing him. Well, they said like didn't Pam Bondi like dox him kinda?
No, did she?
Yeah, I saw something about that
Actually.
on Twitter.
Speaking of which, I have a story I want to talk about real quick. Let me pull this up. There was this person in the Midwest. Hold on. From Omaha, Nebraska. She posted a video on X about the House Press Secretary, Caroline Leavitt. So, okay, maybe not Pam Bondi. But she said, when Caroline Leavitt gets what she deserves, I hope it's televised. Guess what? They sent the Secret Service to her house as if it was like a threat. And she recorded the interaction. And in the interaction, they said, you don't want to perceive any ill will towards these people. And then that person that made the tweet said she just wants to see her trial. Later clarifying, she was talking about like something similar to Nuremberg. And then the pigs were like, do you go to a lot of any demonstrations or anything like that? And she said, why you ask that? And I'm just curious. And then they're like, do you have any weapons? And have you traveled to any functions, Democrats, Republicans, any kind of rallies, anything like that? Anyways, I just like, these Gestapo pigs, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, hold on. I got another clip for y'all. Here we go. Fuck. Hold on. Vamp, Brent, vamp.
How about them Broncos?
Can't believe that fucking won in overtime.
Right.
But yeah, like we were saying, Josh fucking Allen can only do so much. All right, here we go.
You don't want militarized people in the streets just roaming around, snatching people up, many of which turn out to actually be U.S. citizens that just don't have their papers on them. Are we really going to be the Gestapo? Where's your papers? Is that what we've come to?
I don't know why it was sped up.
Yo,
that
that's really sped up.
But
is that Joe?
That was Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Saying, hey, people ask for papers in the streets. Have we become the Gestapo? Yeah, Joe. Yeah, bro. So we told you, dog. That's what was going to happen. Fucking asshole. But anyways, yeah. That's the only justification you could say is that they were like, hey, they were trying to get the papers from that bitch. But like, nah, doesn't even fall. Also, I apologize. I keep saying that bitch. It's fucked up. Renee Good. They tried to get her papers from her. What? No. They murdered her.
Yeah.
Period. So that's all I really got to say about that. And I see Minneapolis doing great up there. I see them protesting strong. I saw there was like some right-wing agitator that they just like snatched out like of a building, and like this dude was like pissing his pants. He was so fucking scared, but they didn't hurt him. But it was an agitator like we saw. Oh wait, you weren't at, did you go to the protests at the graffiti bridge?
No, I wasn't there.
So that was for the Renee Good thing. We had a right-wing agitator there. I told you about that, right?
Yeah, you mentioned it.
So anyways, I respect Minnesota because they're standing their ground up there. They were hitting them with water balloons and freezing them. That's funny. I like that.
Yeah, it's cold up there.
Yeah, it's fucking freezing.
And apparently Trump's DOJ is going after the mayor and Tim
and
Walz.
The governor.
Yeah.
Oh, and Tim Walz.
That's the governor.
Oh, who's Pritzker?
Pritzker's in Illinois.
Oh, okay. I'm sure of him. I'm still thinking about the last takeover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weaponizing the DOJ.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a quick break real quick so I can refill my drink, and then we'll come back and play some more of these clips.
Word.
And we're back. All right. So, Iran, thoughts? I just thought it'd be funny to do the same thing again. All right. We are going to talk about Iran. But first, let's keep going with this Venezuela conversation.
No doubt.
After the interview, the lights turned off. I was told, put your hands on your head, you're under arrest. And so immediately I was grabbed and put in the police car, taken to a secondary location where I was asked to give names of other organizers, other people at the event. I was asked what I had to do with Venezuela. I was also patted down, wasn't given the option of a female officer, then put back in the car without a seatbelt and driven to the jail. There were 200 people at this rally. They were exercising their right to peacefully resist, and I was arrested an hour later at a church. The only difference is that I gave a speech calling for no U.S. war with Venezuela to stop Trump's attacks on Venezuela, and had recently returned from Venezuela. So it's interesting that any claims that are being made as to why I was arrested, there were 200 people there. I was the only one singled out. The average person does not want to send their sons and daughters, their friends and family, to be killed for a rich man's war. We do not want to see our friends and family die for a war for oil. We, the working class, should stand together to say no to war with Venezuela. Trump's attacks need to be stopped. Why, when people are exercising their right to free speech, are they being shut down? It's very clear, because they want to continue profiting off of war. We will do everything it takes to stop war, escalation, and attacks on Venezuela. And we want to see Maduro returned safely to his country, to the Venezuelan people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who was that?
Her name is Jessica Plitcha.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's a 22-year-old preschool teacher and anti-war activist, I guess.
Damn.
Based in
Hell yeah.
Grand Rapids, Michigan, and she was helped organize a little rally for opponents against war, opponents of war.
Mm-hmm.
This was on January 3rd and she was arrested live on camera. I guess she was given like an interview to like a local station, and they literally arrested her. You could in the clip.
I think I saw that clip.
Yeah, while she was giving the interview.
And it's so crazy now that we're active in the PSL that we had a protest against this the day after Maduro got kidnapped, and like we know people like fucking Sarah, this could have very easily been Sarah.
For sure.
And it's going back to the Renee Good thing. This is what I've been telling people. It's like, hey, that could have been me. I just want you to know.
Yeah.
At some point, it's going to get to like, I'm going to be out there and they might shoot me in the face. I just want you to know what side you're on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's why I thought it was important. Like this 22-year-old white woman, white girl, preschool teacher, giving an interview, and they just straight up arrested her. And it was interesting, like she said in the interview,
they singled her out.
They singled her out, and the only difference was that she'd actually been to Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly they're doing some, they're looking into people. It appears.
It definitely appears. We have the fucking biggest national security apparatus in the fucking world.
Right.
Snowden tried to tell us, look, they got everything on everybody. That's why this flock camera shit that we had the city council meeting at recently that I fucking missed, that I wanted to go, but my daughter was sick with the flu, and I kind of used it as an excuse. I didn't need to stay with her, but I don't know. I'm still kind of hesitant. Like at the rallies, like they wanted me to do some chants and shit. And I was just like looking at all those cop cars, and I'm like, man, as soon as I do this, or we probably already on some list.
I would be surprised if I'm not on something.
But as soon as we do this, we officially cross over.
No doubt.
But anyways, that's why this flock shit was important, because it's a privacy thing, and they're capturing everything. All of this data just goes into a database, and then later, if they want to target you because of your political leanings, well, shit, we got all this data on you to target you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And can you play the other clip?
Oh, yeah. All right. So is this also related to Venezuela?
Yeah, this is actually, so she went to jail, and this is the same girl. She actually got released. This should be the one that Drop Site News posted, right?
Okay, so this is the first day out?
Yeah. Yeah, this is her first day out video.
Hell yeah. Viva Venezuela, Viva Maduro, Viva the Palestinian resistance, baby.
Yeah. So shout out to her.
Yeah.
That's, doing good work out there, and we need them young people out there.
It's scary. There was that guy in Cali that just got shot in the eye. Did you see this? With like
was a canister or something?
I think it was like a tear gas canister.
It's a kid.
Yeah, and fucking again, this is a kid.
Yeah,
he's like 20, maybe younger. Left eye is blind for life. He's got like shrapnel and shit behind his eye. He said that if he sneezes, he could die.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They shot him point blank. Like I saw the video, it's fucked up. But they'll say, you interfered in one of our arrests. We're allowed to do that's what's so crazy. We're at the point now that if you're going to support this regime, you have to go along with the idea that, hey, if you interfere with ICE in any way, you can be killed. It's almost like the same with the thin blue line shit. If you interfere with police in any way, they can be scared and murder you, and that's okay because their job is scary.
Right.
But like with ICE, it's just, I don't know. It's another level. All the Proud Boys joined ICE. All the J6ers that got pardoned joined ICE.
Yep.
It's the ops. They're the ops.
No doubt.
All right. I know we have some clips about Iran, but do you want to say anything before we play these clips?
Related to...
Well, just, all right, what's going on in Iran? Apparently there's a revolution happening, and there's a lot of violent suppression from the government, and there's a lot of people getting murdered.
Yeah. Well, also, just a side here. Yeah. I was talking about this earlier. I couldn't remember it exactly, but I found the clip. Shout out to Camilla Press on Twitter. She does a lot of good work around like covering Latin America and Venezuela.
Okay.
But I was talking about how they bombed that place. It was
the biotech.
Yeah, the U.S. bombed a medical supplies distribution center.
Okay, yes.
During its terror attack
I did read this.
on Venezuela, destroying a warehouse which stored supplies for a nephrology program for patients undergoing hemodialysis.
It's like blood stuff.
Yeah, and peritoneal dialysis. I'm not even sure what that is.
Don't know what that is.
Affecting at least 9,000 kidney patients.
Okay, kidney shit. So hemo is blood, and then the kidney shit. Yeah, I read the same thing, that there's people that are like not getting their medication.
Yeah,
and because of this medical distribution plant that got blown up.
And also, she confirmed, this was on January 7th, the United States completely destroyed a vital scientific and academic center in Venezuela located in Miranda State. On Saturday, January 3rd at 1:57 a.m., facilities of the Mathematics Center of the Venezuela Institute of Scientific Research were destroyed in the U.S. bombing attack of Venezuela. The center is part of the National University of Sciences. Dr. Humberto Fernandez Moran.
Humberto, I love that name.
The attack has been described as total. These areas house servers and essential equipment for computer networks that were completely devastated. 2 missiles directly hit the area, leaving fragments that show imperial hatred against Venezuela's sovereign.
Imperial hatred.
Right? Technological development. In addition to the completely destroyed Mathematics Center, 4 more research centers of the Institute were affected: the Physics Center, Chemistry Center, Ecology Center, and the Nuclear Technology Unit. These spaces have been fundamental in training the professionals who support health, engineering, and oil sovereignty. So there you go.
And I'm pretty sure that's a war crime, isn't it?
I'm not sure, but if it isn't, it should be.
I know it is to blow up cultural artifacts. That's why I brought up the mausoleum earlier.
Right.
Let's see what ChatGPT says. Short answer: sometimes, but not automatically. It is a civilian object. Yeah. It's not a military contribution. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and call that a war crime. But who gives a fuck about those anymore? Who cares about laws? Like Stephen Miller said, might is right. Like,
right.
This is where we live now. We're just gonna go back to it's crazy how the Proud Boys Western chauvinism philosophy is now the American government's philosophy.
Right.
But that's where we're at. So, all right, before we go and talk about Iran, should I play the WikiLeaks one first?
Yeah, so just to kind of set it up like you were doing before.
Yeah.
You interdicted your conversation.
What the fuck? Interdicted? It's like interjection? Is that another?
Yeah, we were talking about they've been using that word a lot when they were talking about the boats and stuff. Interdicted.
Just saying interdicted?
Yeah, that's the terminology they've been. I had to file that into my.
I need to catch up on
my
that.
lexicon.
Yeah, I love lexicon. I know that because of Raekwon said that. Yeah,
but there's been protests in Iran, and they're
protesting.
Well, they're protesting a lot of different things.
I'm not sure. I know that there was the feminist protests with I saw that video. I don't know, maybe it was a year ago, of this woman who I don't know if she got punished or was
she was
for not wearing her hijab, so she just stripped
that.
to her bra and panties in the middle of some kind of Iranian university, and some dude just started beating her. So I know that's part of it. I know there's this water shortage. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
There's some kind of water shortage. So that's government mismanagement. I know they're mad that the U.S. has dropped the bunker buster bombs on them. They're kind of upset about that. I think it kind of seems like their faith in Ayatollah Khomeini is wavering, especially after the whole volley with Israel kind of made them look like they was punks.
Right.
I don't know how much of it is we don't want this religious suppression, which is what the West wants it to be about. Which
right.
I don't know. What do you know?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think it's all of those things. People are frustrated. And again, we should be clear also, this is not the entire country protesting. We gotta remember, these countries are not that much different from any other country, including our own.
I'm glad you brought that up because people act like these countries are homogenous.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're not. There's different generations. There's generational difference. There's demographic differences, ethnic differences.
Well, I saw a video today. It was on Reddit, but I think it was like a TikTok video. But it was talking about this person was so mad at people that were from like the diaspora of whatever country, talking shit about that country and wanting imperialists to come fix that country.
Right.
So Venezuela,
right,
Cuba,
right,
fucking
Iran.
China, Iran.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what you see typically in Western media is, they put these people who haven't lived in the country in decades or maybe not even ever.
Right.
And, these people become the spokes people for the entire
Machado.
country. Right. So
you see that bitch try to give him her fucking Nobel Peace Prize?
She did give it to
hold
her.
on, time out.
That,
She tried to officially do it, and they said, no, you can't.
Yeah.
She took it out the frame and put it in its own different frame.
Like, what does that matter?
Well, it didn't work. Trump was like, whatever. I don't know. It's very funny to me. But, like, it's also, we're at this point in reality. There was a chance that could have worked. It's possible. He could have been like, yes, I got it.
Did he not keep it?
No, he kept it, but he don't consider it like a real Nobel Peace Prize.
Right.
And also he doesn't, for some reason, he don't like her. Even though like Lindsey Graham was almost like, hey, this is our girl, let's install her. He, for some reason, was like, nah, she don't have the support. Okay. What are you talking about? I'm not sure what's going on here.
All right, so this is my theory.
Yeah, what's your theory?
Trump doesn't respect people who like grovel too much and like are like just too.
That's a great theory.
Obsequious.
That's a fucking great theory. He likes people that have backbone.
Yeah.
That's why JD Vance, his vice president, he said all that shit about him.
Yeah.
Then he capitulated.
Yeah.
But he had a backbone at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
He kind of respects that, This is
I
why he likes.
I can see that.
People say he likes Putin or Xi or whatever.
Like dictators.
Yeah. But it's not that they're, authoritarian that he likes. He likes that.
That is a great theory, and I've never thought about this.
Yeah. No, there's something to this. In fact, I saw a clip. It was somebody had an excerpt from something, an article or something where they said Lula said, what did he say? Who was he talking about? Oh man, I have to
President
look it up.
of Brazil.
Yeah, but Lula basically was talking about Bolsonaro. It was Bolsonaro, and they were on a call, and Lula basically said, "Yeah, Bolsonaro's kind of a bitch. Like he's always sick, he's always crying," and somebody said like that made Trump respect Lula more because Lula was like kind of shitting on Bolsonaro, like he's kind of weak.
Look, man. We saw how he treated Mamdani. Right. He's like, hey, you want to call me fast? I don't give a shit, bro. Like, you got the respect of the people in New York apparently right now.
Right.
I think that's kind of how he operates.
That is, I get the feeling that's how he operates. Yeah. So I think Machado is just like too too
groveling.
Too grovelly, too like, I'll do whatever you want. Here's the Nobel Peace Prize. I'll bow down to you.
You know what? It's like Diddy. I just want you to know, Diddy asked for a pardon. Trump said no. That's kind of wild. Trump pardoned Kodak. Lil Wayne. I feel like there's a couple other rappers I can't think of right now. I don't know. I think he was a little too grovelly.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So anyway,
fuck Diddy. All right, so WikiLeaks. Did we set up the context for that?
we kind of got derailed a little bit. But
fuck it, let's go.
About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me. And one of the generals called me in. He said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, "No." He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments." And he said, "I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs," meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off
Venezuela.
Iran."
That's all right. Finishing off with Iran. Who was that?
That's Wesley Clark. He's a former general.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was like our West Asia project.
Yeah, for sure. And so I just thought it was interesting to play that because he gave that interview years ago on Democracy Now, and it's funny. And now I see him like on CNN and stuff, like,
sell out.
Yeah, so I thought that maybe he was like gonna be like a Smedley Butler type figure.
Oh, Smedley Butler.
Yeah, you remember?
That's a fucking gangster right there.
Yeah, you remember Smedley Butler, right?
He stood up to the corporate attempted takeover.
Yeah, the business plot.
It's called the business plot. Yeah.
So I thought like he was gonna be like one of those type of generals who was gonna like come out and be like, the empire's gotta,
I mean, the way he was speaking right there was pretty like open about
transparent.
it.
He's on Democracy Now.
Right.
But now he's on CNN, like, providing cover for all the imperial wars again. So,
but man, need a paycheck.
Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, that was just to highlight that this has like been a long time, since the 90s or since the early 2000s.
Yeah, Iran has been in our sights
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. For regime change, we want to get rid.
We gotta get rid of the Ayatollah.
Ever since 1979, when they overthrew the Shah, got rid of the Shah, which was the monarch, who was a dictator and an American Western puppet.
We installed him
in a coup in 1953.
They had a little revolution. I guess it was revolution, and they kidnapped some of our people at our embassy.
Yeah.
And we tied some yellow ribbons around trees, and Ronald Reagan said, "Don't release them until after I get elected." Made some fucking bullshit backdoor deal.
Allegedly.
No. That's facts. Look, this is the era where I just say it. Fuck it.
Nah.
If Candace Owens can have a 2-hour documentary on why the Charlie Kirk assassination was some crazy Israeli plot.
I'm not sure that's not.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm not ruling any of that shit out. But Ronald Reagan probably definitely did that shit.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Israel assassinates people all the time. So, like, that's not a stretch.
Look, it is funny that Van played me some clips of Charlie Kirk talking about like Israel and doing ethnic cleansing, and then after he gets assassinated, Benjamin Netanyahu was like, "Oh, we love Charlie Kirk."
Yeah, it was really weird.
Curious.
It was very strange. The way he talked about him.
Here's the thing. I love this conspiracy, and I love that it's eating up the right, and they're having like her versus Turning Point USA and versus Ben Shapiro. I mean, no.
Candace she bent the knee. She's not talking about it.
I don't think so.
I don't think she's talking about it anymore. She met with Charlie Kirk's wife and everything.
No. That's old. She fucking is definitely still on it.
She went. I mean, cause she like kind of like I don't know if she apologized.
No, I remember it. Yeah. That happened, and then I think she went right back to it.
Huh, okay, fair enough. I haven't really seen any clips from.
Yeah.
Every now, I don't.
Unfortunately,
I
I
do
do because I go over Van's house and he's watching it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Only thing I see is stuff that might go viral on Twitter, might show up on my feed or whatever.
Now this bitch just released like a 2-hour documentary.
Oh, okay.
Let me explain to you.
Yeah, Candace. Well, more power to you.
Shoot your shot.
But point is, yes, Iran's been in our sights for a long time, and Wesley Clark made it very clear that there was a State Department memo that we were going to try to overthrow the regime, the quote unquote regime. I don't like that word because the West only applies it to governments that it doesn't
like we don't have a regime.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they don't use that for Saudi Arabia
the Trump regime.
Or any of the Gulf states.
No, we have a Trump regime.
Yeah, the Trump regime.
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying
Me
that.
too. Yep.
But so obviously the protests, there's a lot of different reasons why people are protesting, just like in any country. We've had all different type of protests. We've had right-wing protests in Obama.
But come on, there's been this crazy military crackdown. There's like numbers from like 2,000 to 12,000.
Okay.
I know, that's not great. If it ever gets to that point, it's hard for me to side with the government of that country. Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right. Well, I was getting there.
Okay.
All right. But
how'd I cut you off? Whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. But what I wanted to make sure that people understand is that a lot of the coverage of the protests have been like everybody wants regime change. Everybody who's in the streets wants regime change.
Just like we see with Venezuela.
Right. Yes. And that's not what's going on. There are people who are upset with the government. They're upset for different reasons.
But I do feel like these are two different things. I feel like the Iranian thing is way different from Venezuela. There's way more unrest in Iran than Venezuela right now.
I mean,
in Iran, they're fucking setting cops on fire with Molotov cocktails.
They were setting people on fire in Venezuela.
Were they? Okay, I missed that.
I mean, not recently. But, you know, the garimbas that we talked about.
Well, yeah, but that was back then.
Well, I'm just saying, like, these are protests. Like, the nature of the protests isn't always what we think it is.
Did you read the PSL statement on this? Because I know they posted. I didn't read it yet.
I can't remember if I read it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just going off what I've seen. Don't look great for Ayatollah Khamenei. It seems like might be on his way out.
Well, I don't know about that. Again,
you don't know about that?
No. I mean, look, a lot of what we've seen is just Western propaganda. That's not to say that there isn't real issues in Iran. There are. The main issue is the sanctions. The country has been sanctioned since after the revolution in 1979, which means they can't import certain things. They don't have access to financial markets.
Yeah, it's the same with any of our countries we don't fuck with.
It makes it very difficult for them to sell their oil for revenue. China buys the majority of their oil.
Shit, we're probably going to just start taking their tankers, apparently.
I mean, we've already done that.
Iran specifically? I know we've took some Russian ones.
Yeah, we've done it with Iran. I know at least once, I'm pretty sure. You'll have to fact check me on that. But
I believe you.
But yeah, Iran, obviously it produces a lot of oil. You know, China has been helping keep the Iranian economy somewhat stabilized because it buys most of their oil. But there was recently a currency collapse.
Yeah,
as
the
well.
Riyadh.
Of their currency. So,
and then I saw like something about Bitcoin. They put a lot of I don't know. They tried to use Bitcoin out as like intermediary while their currency has collapsed.
Interesting. I think Venezuela actually tried something like that as well.
Yeah.
But so Only point I'm making here is, look, the numbers we don't know. First of all, I've seen people say like 10 or 12,000 people have died.
Yeah, that seems the high end.
Yeah.
Reuters, I said like 2,000. I've seen the Iranian press say like 500. But I've seen on videos a lot of body bags. I'm like, fuck, that's not good.
Right.
Yeah.
But my point is there has been a lot of protests. And actually, I wanted to go ahead and play that other clip
Yeah, let's
before
go
I
ahead
forget.
and play this other clip.
I was there day one when I saw people protesting. What we saw on Western media really bore very little relevance to what was happening on the ground, right? But by contrast, and this is very important, and I want to say it, only weeks earlier, Iran witnessed one of the largest labor strikes since the revolution. And this strike and the protest was marked by incredible organizational clarity, class consciousness, and concrete material demands. When the day after, and I participated in the protest, and I saw firsthand how the class consciousness, the anti-imperialist principles that govern the entire organization of it. When the U.S. Department, the day after, when the U.S. State Department attempted to appropriate this labor action for its own interest, obviously, the union leaders immediately responded publicly to it, rejecting the external interference. And the tweet, I can send it to you for your audience. They rejected the interference. They condemned U.S. complicity in the genocide and rejected and told them to back off and to not appropriate their voices. This left very little, and this was the same. The Shah Pahlavi, MEK leaders, Maryam Rajavi, they all took positions. They all applauded them, and the union leaders completely and publicly rejected them. They left very little room for any appropriation, for any hijacking by the imperialist powers of their strike in advance. They have excelled at how to protest in a country that is subject to imperial violence, but be faithful to both the country's sovereignty and understand it as a precondition for advancing your struggle, but also to not compromise on labor's right, on what workers deserve and the working conditions that they deserve.
I fucking love that clip. That's the perfect way to put it. It's like, hey, you can protest in this country,
right?
But at the same time, it doesn't mean that you're welcoming in Western imperialists into your country.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very important. And I'm glad she made that point. And that was
really good.
Yes. And she's I'm not gonna pronounce her name right. Her name
just
is
try it. Fuck it.
Helye Dutaki.
Okay.
Look her up. I've seen a couple clips from her in the past.
You're not gonna be able to spell it based on the way he just said. But
but HELYEH.
That's pretty much how I would have fucking spelled it.
Yeah, you guys will find it. But she, brilliant. She's a Yale legal scholar. But
so
actually,
there have been labor protests.
What's that?
So she was mentioning like the labor protests.
Yeah, she was talking about the labor protests. And apparently I think these took place on December 9th.
Okay.
Is when these protests were going on. And apparently they were the largest labor protests since, the revolution in 79.
Damn, okay.
So look, my point of that clip was, you can't, first of all, there's this idea in the West that people in Iran can't protest or never protest. People protest all the time
because the regime is so cracked down on them. Yeah.
The regime is so authoritarian. It doesn't allow any protest.
Tiananmen Square.
Yeah, that's not true. People protest in Iran all the time, and she was talking about their labor protests there clearly. So there's a difference between what's going on in Iran and what sort of the lens that the Western media paints on it. There are all different types of protests in Iran, whether it be from labor issues or women's rights issues, whatever. The same sort of things that happen in our country. But that does not mean that every Iranian wants the U.S. to bomb their country in order to overthrow the Ayatollah.
Israel.
Yeah. So I mean, we just gotta have a sober and a grounded analysis when we're looking at these things, and we have to remember the information that we're getting is all is usually in service of trying to overthrow the regime, whether it be how many people were killed. Like a lot of the people who were killed, and I won't say a lot, but we know that there were agitators in the protest. I sent you that tweet that Mike Pompeo had sent out, where he said that Mossad was by your side. He said I'm going to read it. The Iranian regime is in trouble. Bringing in mercenaries is its last best hope. Riots in dozens of cities and the besieged under siege. Mashhad, Tehran, Zaydan, next stop, Baluchistan. 47 years of this regime. POTUS 47. Coincidence? ? Happy New Year to everyone, to every Iranian in the streets, also to every Mossad agent walking beside them.
No. So I did see that. And that's a great point. We have to realize that not only Mossad, probably CIA is in here. And but here's where I'm like, I don't want to completely disaffect or take the power away from the protest by saying it's all Mossad and all CIA. Not. They're exacerbating the situation because they want regime change and they try to put in whoever they want. But I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say other than there's unrest in our lives.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that was the point of that clip, is because she is talking about labor protests.
Yeah.
There's protests in Iran.
Yeah.
Nobody's just discrediting that. There's real protests, and people have real problems with their government, just like every other country.
But I will say, it's not great if you just crack down on agitators by murdering them. Renee, good.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's also very ironic that Trump is like, hey, Iran, stop doing that when he's fucking doing that here.
Right. And that's the point that Joe Scarborough was making.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. God damn it. Fuck Joe Scarborough.
Yeah, he's our former congressman.
Oh, I know. He came to our school.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Signing autographs.
Yeah. That was wild.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, that's what's going on in the world.
And also from what I'm hearing is that in the last week the protests have largely been quelled or died down there. So
I still need to look into this water situation. Do you know what's going on with that?
Nah, I mean drought. I'm pretty sure. I think
that, and I guess sanctions, and then I'm guessing other issues. But there's some kind of serious. I know that's playing a big part of this. Because again, once it gets to people can't get basic needs,
right?
They're gonna be in the streets. Yeah, but fucking, I hope it works out for you guys. At the end of the day, I'm still with Iran over
what guys?
The Iranians.
Oh,
I'm still with Iran over Israel. I'm still with Iran against the West.
No doubt.
You guys figure your shit out.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Look, this is the thing. Iran is the reason. We should be clear about this. The reason that Iran is in the sort of the scope for U.S. imperialism is because it is one of the only countries in the region that is really truly independent, has its own interest, exercises its own sovereignty, and it's one of the only supporters of the Palestinian resistance historically.
That's true. And Hezbollah.
Yes, in Hezbollah.
Yeah.
So this is why they're going after Iran so hard. Not because they care about democracy or human rights or any of that Western imperialist propaganda that they use, to launder intervention.
Yeah, let's zoom out and see the forest for the trees here.
Yeah, it's about Iran being an anti-imperialist regional power, and they want to get rid of it. So
that's another thing that's kind of missed on a lot of these discussions, especially with like the seizures of the oil tankers. So they're like, oh, these are like shadow fleet ships. Like my brother-in-law said this shit. He's in the military. And I'm like, yeah, but like, should that exist? Should we be able to tell countries you can't sell oil to this country?
Yeah, this is the whole
like,
weird thing about
what the fuck are you talking about,
They're shadow
bro?
fleets because we say they're shadow fleets.
Yeah, exactly. Like we won't let them sell, like do deals with each other, and we're like, it's against our law.
Right.
Again, this goes back to the Maduro thing.
Right.
What, you can't have machine guns? The fuck you talking about, dog? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's so like Orwellian. Like,
it's blatantly like the Proud Boys. Their whole thing was like, we are proudly Western chauvinist.
Right.
It's like, that is now MAGA. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
And if you are rocking with them, whether you admit it or not, whether you want to just say you're a law and order type of person, this is what you're fucking rocking with.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole, the shadow fleet thing is so weird, bro. Cause like, the only thing that's shadowy about it is that we don't like that they are, selling oil or moving oil. It's like, it's not shadowy. I mean, like,
it's shadowy in that they have to hide it from us, the fucking world pirates.
Right.
We're the pirates of the world. And we try to be like, we're the fucking, I don't know, military enforcement of the world or the police of the world.
Yeah.
No, bro. This is just piracy. You understand, like back in the day, like the English and the French would be like, hey, pirates, we're not going to fuck with you. Just go fuck with them. And like, yo, that's all this is. This is modern day piracy. It's wild.
Yeah. I don't know the word for what how we like call something that's not bad, like calling it a shadow fleet because they are trying to get away from U.S.
I don't want to say
imperialism.
Orwellian.
I mean, that's the word I just said Orwellian. It
but
feels
it seems
right.
like it feels right.
Yeah.
It's like you say that thing is white when it's black.
Right.
You just say whatever the fuck you want. It's got gaslighting.
Right.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing that we do, but it's so effective though, because people just hear the word shadow fleet. That sounds serious. That sounds scary.
Look, there's a reason their propaganda work. Death panels. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
The Sarah Palin. Yeah, like they're good at their propaganda. There's a reason Joe Rogan is like, what the fuck is going on? People ask for their pay. I thought they were out here trying to get the rapists and the criminals, and we're over siege by. Nah, bro.
Right.
You definitely bought into their crazy propaganda.
Right.
Yeah. It's just very simple. Look, man, if you think about it, human beings are simple.
Yeah.
You give them a simple narrative that they want to believe.
And while I'm thinking about it, the other thing that really frustrates me is like just the language around the what's going on in Venezuela. Also, just a side note, another reason we don't like Iran is because they have good relations with Venezuela historically. So basically, Iran has decent relations with every country.
BRICS and his bitch,
and it's part of BRICS as well. Every country that the United States wants to overthrow, Iran has good relations with them. So
coincidence,
right? Cuba,
they sound evil as fuck.
Venezuela, like if we want to overthrow them, Iran is like,
I just feel like I want to play everybody that I meet. I can't remember the name of the sketch troupe, but Are We the Baddies?
Yeah. I love that one.
And like, guys,
we are definitely baddies. We are the baddies.
We're the baddies now.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been the baddies, but it's just so obvious now.
Yeah. Mask off.
Mask off.
But shout out to Future.
Yeah.
The thing that I hate most about like the coverage of like the sanctions and what have you is like in Venezuela and Iran. For one, the media never talks about the sanctions really. They do kind of like passively.
When they do, they speak of them matter of factly.
Yes.
Like, of course they have sanctions. They did some terrible shit to be sanctioned.
They don't explain the sanctions.
Nope.
They don't tell you why they were sanctioned.
At least the Weather Underground explained to you why they were blowing their buildings up.
And people just sort of accept that sanctions are like a law of nature or something. Like, yeah, of course they're sanctioned.
They're the baddies.
These sanctions, just to be clear, are a violation of the UN Charter. They're illegal.
Whoa, what?
They are what are called unilateral coercive measures, which means the United States has superseded the UN Charter and international law and the UN Security Council and said that it is going to unilaterally, on its own, sanction these economies, which means blocking it off from world markets. So they can't trade, can't export their commodities and raw materials, etc., to suffocate and choke their economies, to essentially hurt the domestic population of these countries.
Them.
To make the economy scream, as I think Kissinger said about Chile before it was overthrown in 1973. I mean, it's intentional.
Kissinger.
It's meant to. It is meant to hurt the population in hopes that the population will be, so frustrated that they'll overthrow their government.
And
so
turn to Western imperialism as an alternative.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But that, of course, they're not going to explain all that. But at least, at the very least, they could say these are U.S. sanctions, right? And these are not internationally recognized.
1,000%. If you were a what's it called, the fourth estate,
right?
And your actual job is to fucking present objective reality to the public, so they make informed decisions, you would say things like that.
Right.
U.S. sanctions,
right?
You wouldn't just say sanctions. Like
exactly.
The whole world agreed upon them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they did not. So anyway, that was a little bit of a rant, but I think it's important.
That's good. That's a good rant. All right, man. Well, we're getting close to an hour and a half. Is there anything else you want to talk about before I talk about why we didn't do our last episode?
Oh. No, I think we hit all the clips. So yeah. No,
let me think. Renee good. Iran, Venezuela. Yeah, those are the big ones.
Yep.
All right. So we tried to record this episode a couple days ago. And when it came time to record, what did you ask me? Like, hey, are you okay? You're moving kind of slow.
You remember that? Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. It was very funny because I remember like having two conversations in my head at the same time. Half of me was on autopilot and it was just like, no, I'm good. The other half of me was like, yo, he's right. So what happened was I took some mushrooms. And here's the thing with me and mushrooms. I have ADHD, so I take Adderall. And I've been taking less Adderall and then a little bit of mushrooms with it. And it's like been balanced out. But I haven't had Adderall in like 2 weeks. I need to have another appointment with my doctor, refill my prescription. But so I've been kind of leaning on mushrooms. Also, I know this person who specializes. This person's like a mycologist. This motherfucker like
a mycologist.
Yeah, it's like a mushroom scientist.
Oh,
yeah. This motherfucker grows mushrooms. Like that's all he does and loves this shit. And sometimes you don't know how strong these mushrooms are. So, anyways, I took some of them before the episode, thinking I'll be good. Yeah. I took some mushrooms before this episode, but in the chocolate bar form that I can know the dose.
Right.
Yeah. And so anyways, yeah, it got to that point, bro. And like the other half of my brain was like, you just need to like close your eyes for a minute. Cause that's what happens. Like when I get really fucked up, I'm lucky. I don't know, get crazy. I'm like, you need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so anyways, that's what happened. Yeah. And I was just like, nope. I was in the middle. I was trying to download the clips for this episode that we played. And like, I couldn't rename the file. I was like, what the fuck? It just, the text like fucked up. And I was like, oh no, this ain't good.
I was like, bro, I was wondering like, first of all, let me just say like, I noticed earlier on that you were.
Hold on. Was it whenever I walked into your room and showed you the picture of Trump flipping the bird on my my desktop because that's when I started to feel it. I feel like I was like, "Hey, check this shit out." Hey,
yeah, it was around that time.
Okay.
You know, because I was kind of like working too, so I wasn't really too focused on you. But definitely, like when I came out and started talking to you some more, I was like, he's talking like slow, kind of like he doesn't normally talk like that.
That's hilarious. I wish I could fucking see it.
I guess he's just really high. I don't know. So
nah,
anyway,
you know me, bro. I get high.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I guess he's just super high. But I definitely noticed it earlier on.
Yeah.
And then of course we got ready to sit down and record, and you know you were having trouble with the clips. I'm thinking like, all right, we've done this a few times now. I don't know why he's having trouble. And
it's crazy because I had this set up. I had my screen set up. Right. Like I was ready to go.
Right.
Did I leave the door open or anything when I left this time?
Nah. Everything was locked up.
I tried to make sure.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, I remember I'd ask you like, you all right over there, bro?
I remember you like, hey JD, look at me.
Because you were talking, but you were like had your head up in the air. So you were like talking to me like, well, like you were like not. I'm like, is he even clocking what I'm saying right now at all?
Bro, I swear to God, it was really weird. It was like having like two parallel tracks going on my mind. Like half of me was on autopilot, half of me, like you said, was just going really slow.
Right. Bro, it was so funny, bro. Because literally, I asked you if you was good. You was like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm good, man. And then like 5 minutes later, I look over and your head's in the air, like
I was
sleeping.
not good.
I was like, oh no, we're not recording tonight.
No.
So
I remember part of me wanted to say, let's just watch one battle after another.
Yeah.
Because you said you were gonna watch that.
Yeah.
Did you see that yet?
No, actually, I was gonna watch it tonight.
Oh shit, it's a good movie.
But I'm doing this instead.
Yeah. All right, man. All right, well. All right, world. We'll try to get back on a regular schedule. Sorry I missed y'all. Next time, hopefully we'll have like we'll try to get back to like having a topic instead of just doing this random freestyle shit. I read that joke book, Elliot Kalin's Joke Farming. I started getting into that, and then I got thrown this Socialist Reconstruction book, and it kind of fucked up my reading. So I don't know. I feel like let's just go back to our old format, and then I'll figure out the joke shit later on.
Yeah, we gotta do some more reading too because we got candidacy. You haven't done that yet.
The LGBTQ. What is it? It's just the struggle.
The patriarchy. It's
the patriarchy. Well, patriarchy was the last one,
but it's like
doesn't continue.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right, y'all. Well, peace, comrades. Be safe out there. Fuck ICE. Go to hell. Die slow. Everybody else. Power to the people.
Peace.
In the middle of the most violent society that history's ever created. I'm not committed to nonviolence in any way.
The Republican Party and the Democratic Party are beholden to the interests of monopoly capitalism in this country.
The capitalist European and North American powers have carved out and taken the timber, the flax, the hemp, the cocoa, the rum, the tin, the cotton, the iron, the rubber, the bauxite, the slaves, and the cheap labor. They have taken out of these countries. These countries are not underdeveloped, they're overexploited.
Liberals are, at times, allies. At times, they're unreliable allies. So I don't want to just whitewash them. You've got to proceed quite cautiously with liberals.
The man or woman who knows the least about communism is the man or woman who wants to know the least about communism. That is